3. Hi everybody!
Hey!
Boy, it has really been a hot minute since we've made a video. I promise we tried. We were having a lot of technical issues, which
Yes.
I think we finally now have figured out, and hopefully this video will not all be for waste.
Yes.
So we have a couple of really delicious wines to share with you tonight. First off, I just want to say, keep your eye out on the Scout and Cellar website. This is our birthday month. And all month long, they are celebrating with different curated wine sets at a special price. So definitely check it out and see some of the wines. I noticed in last week's set was that bubbly Pinot Noir that we absolutely loved, and it was like only on the site for a couple of weeks and then it just disappeared. I think they pulled it off the site because they put it into this set.
I was going to order some of that.
So now that sale is over.
It was in a set.
It was in a set, but that sale is over. So I've got to hop on the website later and check to see if they have it back again for you to buy it individually.
We got to get some more of that.
It was spectacular. I have never had a bubbly Pinot Noir before, and
you didn't order more.
Holy cow, I couldn't because it wasn't available. I've got to check now that. So this week's set is pretty awesome too. I can't remember, they call it like the farmer's dog special set or something.
Daughter.
I don't know what it was called. No, it was because they have their dog Pip is like their kind of sort of like their mascot.
Yeah, the farmer's daughter.
Yeah, he's the owner's dog.
Or dog.
Got
the farmer's daughter on the brain.
Yeah, so just want to throw that out there. I can't remember if either one of these wines have been in any of the sets, and I don't know if they will be in any future set, but we're going to go ahead and sample because you can order both of these individually.
Well, the 2020 Rosé, I'm not sure. I think we did it before. I'm not sure.
We have done a video on this before, and the one before we said we both liked it. So
it's really good.
Don't contradict yourself.
I'm just saying it's really good.
You already took a sip
Yeah, it's
of
really
it this
good.
time? All right, so this rosé is the Mixed Track Rosé, and in collaboration with Inizi Growers. It is from North Coast, California, and is $25 a bottle. So one of our moderately priced wines.
I think the last time we did this, we both gave it like an 8.5 or a 9. And it definitely, this is the one we did that I said I liked cold.
To me, it kind of has a little bit more of like the minerality.
You think it's too sweet?
Taste to it? No, I don't think it's sweet at all. It's just, it's light, fruity. It's still super hot here in Florida.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm loving like chilled whites and rosés still right now. Bringing it to room temperature kind of affects the taste a little bit. It's a little bit more refreshing right now to have something that's chilled. So
yes, it is.
Absolutely delicious. What are your initial thoughts?
Again, I think I hearken back to when we did the video of this wine, and it's definitely best served chilled. As this warms up, it probably is not going to taste the same. But it tastes really good, fruity, and refreshing. It's hot out,
That's why we're inside in the air conditioning. It's going to be a while, folks, before we're back out in the wine garden.
Yes, probably a few months. But it's refreshing, and it's tasty, and it hits the spot. I needed some wine tonight. I've been working very hard, and got to see my son today, so that was fun.
I know, it's been like a year.
It's been a year.
Since you saw him.
I went to lunch with him. He showed up too late. I was going to buy him lunch, but I said, "Do you want anything?" And he was like, "No." And I know my son. He eats anything. I mean, he should have eaten lunch, but it's okay. But what are your impressions?
It's nice and light and refreshing. Okay, so here's the exact description from the Scout and Cellar site. Described as fruity and crisp. It's 50% Primavito, 30% Sangiovese, 20% Barbera. So a nice little blend. Again, those are all typically grapes that
Which is
you would
weird.
see in a red wine. But again, you can play around with how long the skins of the grapes stay in the fermentation process, which affect the color of the wine.
When you think about Sangiovese, it's like a dark red, right?
It's Italian wine.
I know, but there's a Sangiovese wine that we used to get from Scout and Cellar. I don't think they make it anymore, right?
Oh yeah, the Cape Fico.
The Cape Fico. Do they even make that anymore?
I think they ran out. I think they sold out of it. So we have to wait for another batch to come out.
That was a good wine. But to have Sangiovese in a rosé like this, chilled, it's just the blends are really cool. It's cool what they do. I'm digging it. Yeah.
Put down the wrong pipe. All right.
You're too excited.
I know. Notes of strawberry, tart cherry, minerality, salty, and citrus compote. I mean, okay, so I had a little bit of the, I have some nectarine, not really citrusy, but kind of tried that first with it. Very well complements the wine. I just had some of the caramelized onion jack cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Brings out more of the minerality and the saltiness.
The cheeses definitely bring out the, not salty, I'm not getting salty, but definitely bring out the vibrance of the wine. I'm sure that the red will too. But this is a great wine overall. This goes good with just about everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have chicken, we have the rosemary crackers, we have some beef jerky, we have all the different cheeses we normally have and veggies.
I like it with the grilled chicken.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, so let me talk a little bit more because there's a few more things I want to try on here with it after I read that description. So it says, if we could describe this new rosé collaboration wine in one word, it is just simply yummy. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a blend of 3 grapes that are normally found in vineyards across Italy. Prima Vito is a cousin of Zinfandel and adds a lovely strawberry, juicy, and fruity note to the wine. Sangiovese brings a crisp, tart cherry quality that brings a beautiful lift and brightness. Barbera, a classic blending grape, and Cal Ital wines brings a fresh blood orange flavor with a zesty finish. Ooh, zesty. My kids... That's like a slang word that some of the students use. That it does not mean something that describes a flavor.
When I think of zesty, I think of spicy buffalo wings. Zesty.
Yeah. So more richness than a Provençal rosé. This mixed track still has great character for a smooth patio rosé or with food. Honestly, this is a great sipping wine.
Let's go sit in the patio and drink
a little charcuterie. You want to do a little like some fruit or some veggies and it's just it's a really nice wine.
Go sit by the pool, relax, play some music.
So pairs well with seafood, grilled chicken, and cheese plate. So I mean, honestly, probably like all of these cheeses, it's going to go well with. But so we have our little our seafood wraps. I didn't even bother to cut it down into something smaller.
Well, you're going to eat the whole thing.
It's got I will, not on camera, but I'll finish it definitely later on. It's got all these veggies.
I think it's got crab or lobster.
Yeah, some kind of seafood inside there. I'm not sure what that is, but I look like a little bit of like an Asian dipping sauce.
You would eat both of these for lunch, wouldn't you?
It's got a little avocado in it too. Yeah, I would eat this for lunch. That'd be a delicious lunch. Yes.
Guac.
For a lunch, yeah.
Sophie, you cannot have guacamole. Very healthy.
I don't think it would hurt her.
No, it'd actually be good for her. But she would eat vegetables. If you threw it down, she wouldn't eat it.
Yes, she does.
Does she?
She eats vegetables.
You're a naughty dog. She eats blueberries. Throw blueberries down.
She loves broccoli too.
Does she? You're a weird dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not sure how your week is going, but my week is same old, same old. Picked up a new client on Monday. Small client, but a good client.
Yeah. Headed in the right direction.
Yeah. Keep moving forward. In life, keep moving forward. I think we rated this, I'm almost positive we rated this like a 9.5. Right?
Well, you know how I love the wines that are described as having that like minerality to it?
Yeah.
Not metallic. Please don't mistake it for metallic. Definitely does not taste like that.
No. It's not, doesn't taste like metal.
It just adds just another layer, really smooth layer to the wine.
It's again, it's not overtly sweet, but I think what happens is when you chill a wine, especially a rosé, it brings out the real flavor of it. But when the temperature starts to rise, it may taste sweeter.
Yeah, typically the colder it is, it kind of mutes some of the flavors.
But it tastes awesome with these cheeses and these vegetables and the seafood. And in fact, it's like, we're going to move on to the other one, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, I like it with everything. I had some carrot sticks with the, we have like, what is it, roasted garlic. It's the roasted garlic hummus.
Yeah.
And the San Marzano tomatoes, delicious.
I think I get to see my grandkids this weekend.
That'll be fun.
Yes.
Ooh, okay, so I just want to point out real fast, the San Marzano tomatoes, those are like Italian tomatoes, right?
Yes.
With all the blends of the different types of like Italian grapes, even though it's a rosé.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Those are great tomatoes.
Yes.
I grow them.
It's very smooth.
And if you guys recall in our videos in the wintertime, I grow my own yellow little cherry tomatoes, the yellow ones.
Yeah.
And we usually have them in our videos. I'm going to start a new batch in October. Seeds. We got the seeds, already have them. I'm going to plant 20 plants. We have to plant 40 to get 20 plants because a lot of them die off. But we will definitely be eating lots of those yellow tomatoes. They're very good for you too.
Fresh from the garden.
And there's no you know that I don't put any pesticides on my tomatoes.
No.
And I'm growing San Marzano tomatoes too, which grow really well here in Florida. These don't.
Well, in the winter it's milder, so it's they don't tend to shrivel up so much.
That's my project for the winter is 20 plants of each. 20 of those, 20 of those. That's it. Nothing else. I'm not going to try to grow Chinese cabbage or any other shit. I'm going to grow those.
Okay.
So we have plenty of tomatoes.
All right, so the soil to sip report, how the grapes went from the vineyard into the bottle, very transparent. The 3 grapes that comprise this stunning wine were harvested at night with the cool September temperatures keeping the clusters fresh and the crispy flavors intact. Fruit was directly pressed gently into stainless steel tanks to get just enough color and flavor to highlight this delightful fruit-forward juice. Once the fermentation occurred in stainless steel, the wine was moved to neutral French oak barrels. Oh, wow, you don't normally see oak with rosé. To age further for 4 to 6 months, adding roundness and silky texture to the final wine.
Really?
I know, that's very interesting. The ingredients for this wine are grapes, yeast, oak, and sulfites. I guess oak because of the oak barrels.
Absolutely.
So some of that kind of infuses into the wine.
And I can honestly say that we have become big fans of craft wines, craft brews, and craft coffee.
Oh yeah.
I drink Blackout coffee. It's custom crafted coffee.
Well, and Scout and Cellar also sells coffee.
They have a coffee. Yep, Scout and Cellar has a coffee. I'm not sure about the beans. I've tried their coffee. It's pretty good. The regular roast is pretty good. I drink Blackout coffee. I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm just saying I drink. It's a company called Blackout Coffee. I've had Scout and Cellar coffee. It's really good. It's really good. But I'm a snob. I am a wine snob, and my mother says you're a wine snob.
I remember my parents growing up. They used to drink, like Folgers or
Maxwell House.
Yeah, something. It was like we didn't know any better. It smelled like coffee. But now, our generation.
Oh, I'm such a snob.
And younger. Oh yeah, it's like there's no way I would ever buy Maxwell House or Folgers or one of those other kind of
No, end days, yes, I would drink it because I need caffeine. But I can tell you right now, the coffee I drink is so crafted, high-end stuff. It just, you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, just like tonight. We're relaxing. I breathe this in. I drink it. It's unbelievable. And then I think the same goes with beer. I mean, we love Sun Creek beer. We love craft. We go to craft breweries, different places. Home State's got a great Pilsner. We've been to Crooked Can in a long time.
No, the Winter Garden.
It's become very commercial.
It has. It's hard to get in and out of there now because it's so crowded.
I know.
And find a place to park. Someplace we've never been to before is the one over in
Ocoee?
Ocoee, yeah.
You want to go there?
We haven't tried that one. And there's one over in Windermere. I can't remember. There's a bunch of them popping up all over the place because there's a market for it here. So
we could go to Windermere.
We can go if they were close enough. Don't they? Oh, there was the one place where you could do the tour of all the you could ride a bus and go tour the craft breweries.
My nose is running because of this.
Of course, the Asian zing
My nose is running.
All right, so real fast before we move on to the next one. This is 108 calories per 5-ounce serving, 0.007 grams of carbs per 5-ounce serving. It's basically not even there. It's such a small amount.
That's ridiculous.
0 fat, vegan, gluten-free, and it's defined as a zero sugar wine because it basically means that, what did they say?
So when we drink Sun Creek beer, there's more carbs.
So yes, foods or beverages that contain less than 0.5 grams of sugar per serving. Okay, I don't really understand because we talk about residual sugar, but then they're talking about sugar. Because they don't add sugar to this wine, but it's 13.5% alcohol. The residual sugar is 0.05
Again, don't worry about that.
The sulfites, most of the clean crafts are going to be 100 or less. Most of your store-bought wines are going to be much higher than that. again, it relates back to, like, it's basically like a histamine reaction. The higher the sulfites, then a lot of people start to have, like, the stuffy nose or the headaches or things like that when the wine has higher sulfites.
There were some of the store-bought wines when I used to bring them home. Do you remember I used to have like a reality? I'd be like, wow.
You start to get like a stuffy nose or something, or we definitely would have a headache the next day.
Like you have a headache.
Yeah.
If you have a headache from drinking, okay, let's just say you drink a bottle of wine with your significant other, like one bottle of wine, you should not have a headache. You should, from Scout and Cellar wines, you should not have a headache.
Oh, absolutely not.
Period.
No.
And store-bought wines, again, the reason for the headaches is because of all the extra crap that they put in there.
Oh yeah, the fillers and things to mess with the flavor, and it's if you knew the truth, you probably wouldn't drink it anymore.
Well, you've been watching our videos enough, you know the truth.
Yes.
So, are you ready to move on?
Yeah, so while we're pouring the next one, a real fun did you know fact about this rosé. There's still a debate as to the true relationship between Prima Vito and Zinfandel. They are either the same grape or first cousins, but there is no debate that both are delicious, bold, and create jammy, juicy wines. Prima Vito is found in the southeastern Italian region of Puglia, where it is made into powerful reds and rich rosés. The grape has ancient origins, are you ready for this? To Croatia, where it was known as Tribidrag.
Are you talking about grapes that are grown in Italy that they brought the seeds from Croatia?
That have ancient origins to Croatia.
Well, everything's all mixed up over there.
Isn't it? I mean, obviously that's how we probably got wine over here, was like grapes and vines that were like brought over from the European countries and planted here, and then we were able to grow. But I'm sure we had native vines here and whatever. The ones that we have here in Florida, at what's it called? What's the vineyard called? In Claremont.
What the hell is the name of it?
They typically have like muscadine grapes.
It's all muscadine.
And they're we do not appreciate the taste. Yes, most of their wines are typically very, very sweet.
Yes, but they do have a big following.
So the grapes that are native to this area,
it's a tourist trap.
Not our favorite.
The state of Florida is not good for wine, but we've been to New York State, to the Finger Lakes, and it is good for wine.
I've been all around Georgia, Virginia. I don't remember if we went to one in North Carolina or not.
Well,
but
Georgia's still hot, the heat up there, so I don't know if the grapes.
No, that they have a lot of vineyards. My parents, every time they go to in the fall when they go to Big Canoe, they go hit some of the vineyards. Yeah, yeah, I've had some of the wines from there. It's
generally
very
the best wines come from like regions where it gets cold.
A little bit colder.
Yeah, and she's been with me to the Finger Lakes, and there's some really great vineyards up there owned by small business owners. And they had a lot of fun. We went to them. It was an old barn. They were in the old barn.
That was really cool. It's a really each vineyard has its own kind of little personality to it.
Great time.
It is a lot of fun. Not necessarily clean crafted wines, but that was before we started Scout and Cellar.
She started at 10:30 in the morning. She's egging me on. I was like, no, I can't do it. So I started at 11. She starts tasting wine at this one place.
We started at Montezuma.
Montezuma, she starts tasting at 10:30.
Which also has a distillery, by the way.
And so I had a taste of their beer.
So this is the 2022 vintage of the Fieldhouse 301 Merlot. Fieldhouse was one of the original Scout and Cellar brands that they released. I don't believe we've ever done a video on Merlot. You and I have actually had the Merlot before. I don't think they've ever on any Fieldhouse Merlot. No, I don't think so.
It's good.
So this is a Scout Circle exclusive. As of right now, you can only get it if you were part of the Scout Circle Wine Club. However, there are always times where they unlock certain wines. Just keep your eye out for it if you're not a member of the Scout Circle. If you want to join the Scout Circle, it's very convenient, very easy.
Do they email
and you can, you get a subscription where they pick the wines to send to you, but if you want to order any of the exclusive wines that's not part of that month's shipment, you can go on and put an a la carte order, and you have access to every single wine that is on the website. As a Scout Circle member, you get 5% off. If you buy 6 bottles, you get another 5% off. If you buy 12 bottles, you get another 10% off. So you get your 5% membership plus 10% off.
When there's a deal, a 20% off deal, I buy.
Oh yeah.
I buy.
They put certain wines on sale. Just keep your eye out for it. The Fieldhouse 301 Merlot. If you like the description that we talk about here in the video, you can buy it. If it becomes unlocked, definitely take advantage.
You know you're a hillbilly if you say Merlot. Or Merlot.
Merlot, yes. Merlot. So this is not a blend of any kind. This is 100% Merlot. It's described as earthy and bold. With notes of black cherry, blackberry, espresso, and cocoa. Oh man, I missed the boat. I forgot to put chocolate on the...
I was going to buy it.
I have some over in the pantry.
Publix has these organic... They look like M&M's, but they're dark chocolate M&M's, but they're all organic dark chocolate.
Like in a candy coating?
Yes, 80% cacao.
Really?
I was going to buy them. They were about BOGO. I should
have.
I
have a bar of dark chocolate over. I just forgot to put it out on the
it's fine.
On the tray. So, all right. So when I hear Merlot, I typically think like maybe I would have this with steak or some kind of beef.
Beef jerky.
So it says, okay, we're going to get right down to it. If you love red wine, you should be drinking more Merlot. Apparently a Merlot is, if you like red, this is your go-to wine.
You already know what that is from all the rap songs.
What rap songs? It's an oft misunderstood and much maligned grape variety. In spite of the fact that some of the best wines in the world are 100% Merlot.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the really, really expensive wines are Merlot. And the 2022 Fieldhouse 301 Merlot makes a play for one of our favorites. Round, rich, and silky smooth, this single vineyard red wine is packed with heavy-hitting notes of blackberries and black cherries. And with hints of espresso, it's the perfect summer wine for Cabernet fans. Because Cab, I feel,
smells like Cab.
Tends to be like heavy.
It smells like
I like a Cab with a steak, but Merlot, that's right.
This would be good with steak.
That's a great way to describe this. It's a lighter version of a Cab.
How about steak? How about my bolognese? Do some like bolognese?
Does your bolognese tend to have a little bit like sweeter taste to it?
You've had it. I use carrots and onions and
yeah, I think because you put those things in, it has a little bit sweeter taste to it. I don't know that I would want that with this.
I don't put sugar in it.
I know.
Because the carrots and all that sweeten it naturally, and the white onion sweetens it naturally. But how about just the garlic marinara?
Well, garlic marinara, you can make it go with anything.
Just like you could do chicken with it, you know what I mean? You could do chicken like this, put it in with the garlic marinara.
Oh, like so you mentioned that, it's interesting, because what they described that you can pair this wine with, I never pair white meat with red wine. It's just like a...
I do.
It like clashes.
She doesn't do it.
If I have chicken, I want white or rosé.
She never did it. But you didn't used to do that, though. When I first met her, she would not drink white. She did not drink white.
Oh, I couldn't drink white wine because it would give me a terrible headache.
She wouldn't. She only.
I would only drink red, typically Pinot Noir.
And we was
drank, my go-to.
She drank Chateau Saint Michel, which she liked. She loved that wine. The Riesling, which she loved that wine.
Yeah, that was the only white wine that I could drink that didn't give me as bad of a headache as any other wine. Yes, it did. Okay, so as we were saying, this wine pairs well with grilled chicken. Go figure. Prime rib. Oh, definitely.
Well, we
got beef jerky. Gouda and gatherings. Oh, so okay, I tried it with the beef jerky. It kind of brings out a little bit more of a peppery taste to it.
Yeah.
But it's still, any kind of beef I think would go well with this. Definitely, like they say, prime rib. But I have some smoky Gouda on here that I was curious to try.
The Parmesan crisps, I get the peppery.
Oh, really?
I'm like getting some pepper.
Does it make it feel more dry on your palate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are just straight cheese, basically. It's like baked cheese. There's nothing else with them. But they're good. But this is a great. I
forgot to mention that this is also $27 a bottle. So I mean, they're basically the same price.
When you become a wine snob, you don't care anymore. You just simply do not care. I understand times are tough, but there's things you don't skimp on. I would never buy store-bought wine right now. Never. To cook with, yes. You know, if I'm cooking with it.
Yeah.
You said, make chicken piccata. I'm not going to waste expensive good wine on chicken piccata.
Southern wine to cook with.
No, I'm going to buy like a bottle of Yellowtail Chardonnay and cook chicken piccata with it. Cook it, put it in there, you know what I mean?
And then we drink the Scout and Cellar wine with the food.
And you cook all the crap out of it, all the shit out of it, and maybe get a little bit of Chardonnay flavor in with the chicken. But I'm thinking chicken piccata at some point. Got to do that again. If I say that, her father will.
Oh yeah, my parents will be here immediately.
Because he's already had it, he loves it.
Okay, so with the smoky Gouda, I think it makes the wine a little bit drier.
It does, It does.
It still tastes nice.
Did you try it with the?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Oh, you haven't. This is a spicy one.
No, I don't like the spicy cheese. The soil to sip report for this wine, I've got to try it with the chicken too, because I was like, chicken with red wine. I don't know about that.
Yes.
Sourced from a single vineyard on the California coast, planted over 30 years ago. Over 30 years ago. Vines over 30 years ago. Okay, now let's just be real though. Over 30 years ago was the 90s. 30 years ago seemed, again, I'm one of those people, when you say 30 years ago, I think the 1970s. I'm perpetually stuck in the early 2000s. So 30 years ago, 20 years ago was the 80s, 10 years ago was the 90s. I am, oh my gosh.
This song, Casanova, came out in the early 90s.
Yes. Oh, this is like
remember this?
Quintessential 90s.
And it seems just like yesterday, doesn't it?
No, it seems a little bit longer for me, but
you were listening on the radio and you record it, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yes, on my boombox that we keep at your house.
It's in my garage.
Yes. All right, so let me continue. This was picked at night as freshness was at its peak, sorted multiple times for only the best clusters. Fruit was delicately pressed, fermented in stainless steel to capture vibrant aromatics, natural fruit, then aged further in steel to maintain the balance of richness and ripeness. Bottled with lighter weight glass for lower carbon footprint, recycled under sustainable cork. All right, so those of you that are, conscious about the environment.
Colored glass.
There you go. Lighter glass, sustainable cork.
Yep.
Oh, we wouldn't even mention the mixed track rosé screw top. Oh yeah. Perfect for when you're traveling around somewhere. You don't have to carry all the extra wine paraphernalia.
Back on just
yep, seal it right back up again.
Yep.
Like we're ever gonna have a bottle of wine that we have to seal back up again.
Well, I think if the Gators play the Cuse in a bowl game in Florida, we'll have a massive tailgate because her son would go.
Yes. And we'll be cheering for our Gators against your Syracuse.
I'd be cheering for the Cuse.
Yes.
And that'd be quite an interesting day, wouldn't it?
It would be. But I have a feeling that we might end up being pretty happy at the end.
Now, what if we were happy at the end, though? We have a good team this year. We might face you guys in the playoffs this year. They're ranting and raving about our quarterback.
Anything can happen. We have a really, really tough schedule this year.
Yes.
All right, so while I'm continuing to eat on this cheese, pardon my...
You want me to talk?
No, because you can't read on the screen without your readers.
Oh, I'm going to say.
Okay, so the ingredients of this wine are grapes, yeast, tartaric acid, malolactic bacteria, and sulfites. Notice in the rosé, it did not say tartaric acid or malolactic bacteria, which I find interesting.
Don't be scared off by those terms. It's not going to hurt you.
Those are natural aids to help with the fermentation process.
Yes, there is no fish guts or preservatives.
Or like bone marrow.
And you can taste it.
I mean, no mega purple or whatever it's called that's like stains your clothes and stains your teeth.
Right.
Not in here.
Well, I mean, the grape.
It's a dark color, but
stain.
No, it will not. It was very, very easy to get out.
It spilled on my white shorts. Remember that we went to that one night?
Okay, but I got it out with OxyClean.
She did. An entire glass spilled on my white shorts.
I was talking with my hands, and I knocked a glass over.
Yes, it's fine. And I can still wear the shorts because she fixed it for me.
This is 101 calories per 5-ounce serving, 0.03 grams of carbs per 5-ounce serving, 0 fat, vegan, gluten-free. All the wines are vegan and gluten-free. Let's see, what else? Okay, 12.5% alcohol and 0.23 grams per liter of residual sugar. So this one is actually slightly higher. By no means does this taste sweeter than that wine. Not at all.
No, it does not. See, that's the wonderment of wine, is that you never know what you're going to get, but then every night could be something different. Your palate changes. I think your palate changes on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah.
You have your set standards, but I think the palate does change on a day-by-day basis, depending on your mood, emotions.
No. But also, just within our bodies, okay, we'll get a little scientific here, like your pH levels and... like how much salt you have running through your system. All of those things affect like the way that you taste things. Whatever you had beforehand. So we had the rosé first. We didn't cleanse our palates before we moved on to the red. But now that we've been drinking this a little bit, Right, then all of that stuff can affect the taste. Okay, so a fun little did you know fact. Did you ever see that movie Sideways?
I think so.
I think I watched it one time. It was a little bit neurotic. The main character, it was about like in California and vineyards, and like this one particular character was like very, very snobby about the wine and like really loved the really, really, really expensive wines. Okay. Anyhow, it says even though the movie Sideways may have given a bad reputation to Merlot, apparently the main character did not like Merlot in that movie. The main character's most prized possession, a bottle of 1961 Chateau Cheval Blanc, was actually Blanc. Normally means white. Was actually a bottle of Merlot. Some of the most expensive collected wines on earth
are Merlots.
Merlot.
You know, I don't understand.
Why do you hate on Merlot?
Well, no, like a 1926 bottle of Merlot. How does that taste? Like when you open that up, I'm in a full confession. I went to Whiskey Al's cigar bar in Syracuse. Mm-hmm. He had 125-year-old Scotch for $100 a shot. Mm-hmm. 125-year. It tasted a little funky. I mean, but how do you even know that it's 125 years old? But number two, the fact that I did it, I'm an idiot. Okay, but I paid. But it was like, oh, don't down it, just sip it. And I sipped it, and I was like, this doesn't taste good at all. I don't know. Old wines, I'm not so sure they're worth the price at auction.
There is something to be said.
Do they maintain their consistency?
About those wines, and as they age, it is supposed to enhance the flavor. I don't know about whiskey or other things like that, but wine specifically.
Well, most certainly not beer. If you take a case of beer and keep it for 20 years, it's going to taste like shit when you open the can.
Okay, so I'm just going to say, don't mind it with the chicken. Again, it's just a thing for me. Like it seems like it contradicts. I don't want to drink red with chicken, with any kind of white meat. Chicken, pork, anything like that, I want either a white or rosé.
So you would do filet mignon with it?
It doesn't go against each other, but it's just like it's a thing for me. I'm just kind of like, no.
How about sirloin tips, mushrooms, and onions?
With this wine?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go.
A little gravy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mashed potatoes?
Yes, I would definitely love that.
I'm a good cook. She found a good chef.
I think I do like it, but yeah, I like it better with beef.
You have to say thank you, chef.
Yes, thank you, chef.
I am literally a top grade A chef.
Yeah, she is.
I'm not bragging either. It's not bragging. Because, you know why? Because it's a passion of mine. That's a passion of mine. Just like somebody who loves to paint, somebody who loves to sew. I love to cook.
I love to drink wine.
She likes to drink wine, and yes. She likes to eat the food that I cook.
Yes.
I make all these wonderful things.
I love to drink wine while he's cooking.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yes.
But anyways, so we're going to end this video.
I highly recommend both of these wines.
I'm going to go back and say the Rosé was definitely an 8.5, 9.
Okay.
And the Merlot is definitely a 8.5.
I think I agree with you on both.
I mean, it's definitely up there. And again, I think my favorite, my go-to is Comte de la Terre Red Blend, which I have a few bottles at the house.
You put that a little bit above this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, this is still good, but definitely the Comte de la Terre is really good. And but this was great. It was a good experience, and go to the website. I'll put the link in the comments below.
Lots of other things, Scout selections. Lots like olive oil, balsamic vinaigrette, specialty cheeses. I mean, I can't even think of all the different things.
They have a lot of things on there. You could, if you become a Scout Circle member, you could do that. And basically, go on there, take a look at what they have. But these wines that we're talking about, go buy a bottle or two and try it out. And put in the comments below. Take pictures. Send us pictures of the wine that you bought. Yeah, they have lots of great sets. If you're not sure what to buy, definitely check out the sets that they've created. Because a lot of times shipping is included in those, so you don't have to reach a certain dollar minimum in order to get shipping included. You just get the set.
So it's a great way for you to at least sample and try some of the different wines.
Yep.
I don't really understand the reasoning behind the certain wines they put together in a set, but hey, it's a great way to just try some of
Maybe
these
they're
wines.
drinking and then they decide when they're drinking wine.
I have no idea.
But anyways, I hope you guys have a good weekend and the rest of your week. It is Wednesday.
Yes.
And
we hope to see you back here again next week.
We hope to see you next week. I have a lot of work to do. She's got a busy week.
Yes.
And a weekend.
Yes.
So I've got a dog attacking me. But we will see you guys. I will end this by saying to all the teachers out there who are back to school again, cheers.
Yes. Cheers, everybody.
I hope you guys
My
enjoy.
glass is empty, but
She's empty.
cheers.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.